What's up, guys? My Vernon here, coming to you again. So check this out. I had to take a few minutes to get my head back on, guys. If you probably saw the last vid, we watched a vid about a serial vampire rapist from Dr. Horror, and it got me pissed, got me heated. I was mad, and I had to cool off for a bit. I had to go outside and cool off for a minute. I hate hearing stuff like that, but it got a rise out of me. So I've had this kind of in my react list, pull list. I have a list of videos I would want to react to that probably you guys never seen and stuff like that, that I keep, and this was one of them I wanted to react to because, let's be honest, we all love movies, and sometimes most movies sometimes will deliver sex scenes, right? We've seen some good sex scenes, right? I'm sure we have, and I know I have in movies. But then there's also some worse sex scenes, right? So today on this, we're going to watch a top 10 list. You guys know how I am of a top 10 list. Top 10, a 10 list of 10 worst movie sex scenes. They probably won't show anything. If they do, it's probably bleeped out. But let's check out this list. Since there's 10, we're only going to watch 5. You want to watch the rest, link in the description down below. This is from all top 10s. So let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Here we go. Now.
10 worst sex scenes in movies. Number 10, Showgirls.
Oh, Showgirls. Oh my God.
You know a movie is worth paying attention to when it's described both as a work of next-level satire and one of the worst ever. It even made a splash at the 16th Annual Golden Raspberry Awards, with 7 wins and 6 nominations for worst, well, pretty much everything. 1995 Showgirls is the story of Nomi, a woman who works her way through the tumultuous world of stripping to become a top Las Vegas showgirl, hence the name. But for all the talk of the flick's atrocious script, poor direction, and even hatred from its own star Carl McLachlan, who says it starts dreadfully and just gets worse, what makes it truly memorable for many people is this one bizarre scene. Elizabeth Berkley's Nomi writhes, bounces, and pretty much just convulses her way through this awkward
I remember that scene.
I can't imagine anyone actually finds appealing. I kind of hope the people in the satire camp are right, because if director Paul Verhoeven thought this was sexy, then I just don't know what to say.
It was stupid when I first saw it.
Number 9, Munich.
Alright, Munich.
Normally, when a movie has a bad sex scene, it's a sign that it's just not a great movie. But Steven Spielberg's Munich is definitely the exception.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Munich was damn good.
To back it up. Even so, this scene is just strange. So, just for some context, Eric Bana plays an Israeli Mossad secret agent involved in Operation Wrath of God, the hit squad retaliation to the massacre at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games, where members of the Palestinian Black September terrorist group murdered 11 Israeli athletes. But the whole idea of the film is that the mission takes over and ultimately ruins the life of Eric Bana's Avner Kaufman, including his sex life. You can probably see where this is going. Slow-motion shots of the massacre, which, by the way, Kaufman wasn't even there for, are intercut with Bana having some incredibly stressful sex, climaxing over a super depressing soundtrack.
I've only seen Munich once. I don't remember this scene.
This deadly serious scene should in theory be a total gut-wrencher, but it just comes off as a bit silly. Number 8, Body of Evidence.
Oh my God.
You might not remember, but there was a time where Madonna had a movie career, with films like A League of Their Own,
Love that movie.
Desperately Seeking Susan. But it was in Body of Evidence that she most definitely didn't act like a virgin. The film stars Willem Dafoe as a defense lawyer alongside the material girl at her most material. She plays Rebecca, a wife accused of erotically asphyxiating her husband to get hold of his $8 million will. The erotic thriller was critically panned across the board on account of Madonna's performance.
The women hate me. They think I'm a whore.
But it's this scene that really takes the cake. Well, the candle. In this cringe-inducing display, all the cliches are out in force.
What you gonna do?
Soft light, the fireplace, smooth bassy music, but it's the candles that take centre stage. Rebecca pours the searing wax over her lover in a way that at least the film thinks is seductive. But Defoe just looks like he's in real pain, the poor guy. But here's the question. Why does he get into bed with a woman who probably just murdered her husband doing the same thing? Number 7. The Matrix Reloaded.
Oh my God. I know what scene they're talking about.
There's so much to be said about the Matrix sequels. The constant exposition, the convoluted plot, the even more convoluted action. So when a sex scene this awkward ranks this slowly on the Matrix Reloaded's problems, you know the movie's a stinker. Anyway, when the city of Zion breaks out into something between a rave and an orgy, we cut into a back room where things are getting real hot and heavy. And when I say hot, I mean you can pretty much feel the sweat flying off the stars through the screen. But Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss aren't the problem. That comes from the editing room. For some reason, the Wachowskis decided to set the entire sequence to 3 uninterrupted, unwavering minutes of techno. Since there's no variation for the whole sequence, it loses all sense of rhythm and kinda just drones on. It's almost like they gave the sound editor the day off for that part. So instead of feeling passionate, it just feels like a really long, really filthy perfume ad. Number 6, Watchmen.
Oh God.
Superhero sex sounds like something you'd be more likely to find in the seedier corners of the internet than in Hollywood. But Zack Snyder took the chance to indulge with his 2009 satirical super hit. The film had a pretty polarizing reception on its release, garnering all kinds of praise for its brooding tone and dark take on the optimism of superhero cliches, but one big sticking point among critics was the sex scene. Silk Spectre has her moment with Night Owl aboard his ship about 3/4 of the way into the film, goofy costumes and everything. It's a film that's full to the brim with cliches and obvious visual metaphors. Oh, and not to mention that it's on a big, goofy, owl-shaped plane. Plus, it doesn't help that the whole scene is set to Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. It's an incredibly powerful song, but I can't help feel like such a mournful soundtrack ruins the sexy time mood. Number 5, 300, Rise of an Empire.
Wait, if they're talking about the scene that I love,
classic
that scene is dope with Eva Green. Fuck, I love that scene.
Down and dirty with anyone and everyone. Even Cersei Lannister would blush at what some of them got up to. But you know, I've never heard of Herodotus describing highly choreographed fight sex with horrifically
that scene was so fucking dope.
That was just what 300 Rise of the Empire called for, though, apparently. This scene jumps between wild aggressive sex and a one-on-one battle with Eva Green's Artemisia, interrupting the hate sex to call for her Spartan lover to join her in taking Greece.
Join me.
And it doesn't help that the whole sequence is set to tribal drums like an actual battle scene.
That shit was dope to me.
I'm not really sure what they're going for here. But I could see this being a pretty contentious entry on the list, since it's a very steamy 4 or so minutes. But if you ask me, the tone is just all over the place.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, y'all. We gonna end it right there. You want to watch the rest? You go down and watch the rest at the in the link in the description down below. All right. Showgirls definitely was just a bad movie all around. I remember when I first saw it, and all I kept was thinking about, of course, that's Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell, and I'm just like, what is she doing? I remember when I was like, what is she doing? And that scene came up. I'm like, is she having a seizure or what? That shit was just fucking weird. I only seen Munich once, but even then I was just like, oh, what the hell? I never saw that Madonna movie though, but they showed the League of Their Owns. I love that movie. I love the League of Their Owns. But the last one with 300. I'm sorry, I thought that scene was, maybe because I'm a big Eva Green mark, and when she gets intense with them eyes, you see that look that look, I've seen that look before, and my God, when in that movie alone, she gave that look several times, and it was just like, give me some more, please, but yeah, that scene alone was just like, it was rough, hard, bam, 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 but it also did feel like a fight scene. And it's kind of funny because the two characters would fight later on, but in that scene, it was like she was willing to give up herself for him to join her. And it was even points, it was like, was he in control? Who was the submissive? Who was the dominant in that scene? I was loving that shit. I'm like, God damn. And that's why I love when she said at the end, you fight as well as you fuck. I was like, oh. Anyway, yeah, man. If you want to watch the rest, go watch down below. This was good. This was fun to do. What can I say, guys? I'm a pervert at times. I am. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. And this is my Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, and stay tuned. Keep it real as always. I'm out. Y'all take care. Put Eva Green on the list, man.